Montreal, make some noise! 1, 2, 3, in the place to be. I'm gonna be your host for the rest of the evening. My name is Skills, make sure you spell that with a Z. Right about now, before we do the damn thing to death, I need to introduce my DJ to y'all. No other DJ can compare. Some of y'all might have seen him on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So before we proceed to give you what you need, I need to run y'all through one more test. Make some noise for DJ Jazzy J!
What's the deal? Yours truly, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and you are checking out Club Access TV. I don't think back then we thought it was gonna get this big. You know, back then we was in the basement, you know, messing around because it was fun. Nobody thought that we were gonna make a living out of it or anything like that. So that wasn't even in our minds. So to kind of look at it today and just realize that that's where you came from, man, that's a blessing. That's incredible.
Hey, go 1, 2, 3.
You had a couple guys that were making records that, you know, were making some money, but you never thought that somebody was gonna be able to make a living out of it. You know, it was, it was weird.
Hey, we gonna do it like. Hey, hey, what you know about that? We gonna do it like.
That some people associate with Fresh Prince and not as the talented musician and accomplished musician that you are. Does it bother you that you're like a character on a sitcom to some and a great, fantastic DJ to others, and both just to some? I mean, how do you fit yourself in these worlds?
You know what? Let me tell you. I have two ways to answer that. One, the first is I was somebody that I grew up pre-hip hop, so I grew up with funk, soul, you know, rock records. Hip hop came out, so that was a hybrid of all the rest of that. That I've never put myself in a box. I like all kinds of music, so I never like to categorize it. It's been a plan. This has been pre-planned. That I like the fact that you asked me that question means that I did exactly what I set out to do. Because some people know me as a DJ. Some people know me as a producer. Some people know me what I did with Will. Some people know me what I did with Jill Scott. Some people know me from the stuff that I've done on my own. You know, from Slum Village, you know, to Michael Jackson. You can't put your finger on it. Because I don't want you to put your finger on it. Because I don't believe that you should have to put your finger on that. I don't know anybody in this world who likes one kind of music.
Final question: what advice would you give upcoming DJs and producers?
You know what? And I'm gonna answer this fair. It's really, it's almost like I can't answer that right now because the advice that I would give is relative to 10, 15 years ago. Try to be consistent, try to be original, and develop your own style. And it's hard to give that advice now when a lot of the industry is based off of being like somebody else. It's not so much of being original. So it's hard for me to give that advice to somebody new when yo, man, come up with a unique playlist and play your records, but then you go to the radio stations and they play the same 20 records, and then the DJ's mad at me because they don't want him because he's not following. So it's kind of hard for me to give, to give that kind of advice.
What about general advice, just general life advice? What's your secret to your success?
Wow. You know what? Keep your ears open. You're never too big or too experienced to learn. Club Access TV.